Siamo nel cortile di una delle più famose scuole di tutti i tempi. Stiamo parlando di Hogwarts e noi abbiamo il privilegio di andare dietro le quinte del magico mondo di Harry, Ron ed Hermione. Questo è l'ultimo appuntamento, il capitolo finale, Harry Potter e i doni della morte, parte 2. I film di Harry Potter hanno segnato il millennio. Chi avrebbe mai pensato nel 2001 che il mondo sarebbe stato dominato da fenomeni come Facebook o Twitter e che un ragazzino dalla faccia d'angelo si sarebbe rasato?
There'll never be a frame of any of these films that I don't look at and connect immediately to a memory of this place or of somebody not even involved in the films, but somebody who I met through them. Every day, you know, every day is connected.
It's just incredible, really. It's kind of quite hard to believe how kind of lucky we've been, really. And they're all lovely people and just so nice to kind of grow up with, really.
It'll be the end of an era, the end of a decade, the end of my teenage years, and I'll be nearly 22, 23. I mean, it's madness, really.
Harry e i suoi amici hanno fatto molta strada. Ora Harry deve affrontare la sua ultima sfida, lo scontro frontale con Lord Voldemort. Solo uno potrà sopravvivere. Harry Potter e i doni della morte parte seconda è l'ottavo e ultimo film di una serie che ha conquistato il pubblico di tutto il mondo. Siamo andati dietro le quinte del capitolo finale della saga di maggior successo di tutti i tempi. Vedremo come i suoi creatori hanno dato vita alla madre di tutte le battaglie e distrutto alcuni dei luoghi di Hogwarts che abbiamo imparato ad amare.
There's something just shocking about having something that has this mythic value, I think, violated and broken. It has a power about it that resonates. We wanted it to feel apocalyptic, basically.
This is why Joe Rowling and Steve Kloves are so clever, is that just because the battle starts, it doesn't mean the rest of the film stops. Because all the other characters and all the other relationships and all the other stories carry on in the battle. That's what's great. That's why you don't just feel it's just a battle sequence, because all those other things that you know from Harry Potter, like the humour and the romance and all that stuff, is all feeding into it.
Nel film precedente, Harry, Ron ed Hermione si sono imbarcati in una pericolosissima missione, lontano dalle sicurezze di Hogwarts, per cercare e distruggere gli Horcrux, oggetti che contengono frammenti dell'anima di Voldemort. In questo film la missione continua. Se riusciranno ad eliminare i 4 Horcrux rimasti e ad uccidere Voldemort, salveranno il mondo da un destino terribile.
We've been built into this for a long time, and it's spectacular. I mean, we're working on it now, and there's a lot of visual effects involved. But it's spectacular and on a huge, mythic scale. And this place, Hogwarts, which was this safe haven, is no longer the safe haven, and we see it destroyed, getting destroyed. But the key to it is the key, I believe, to everything in Harry Potter are the characters. It's the fight between Voldemort and Harry and everything that goes on around it is rooted in character. It's got a man who does not know how to love and a young man who has something to believe in. And those two opposing values, those two opposing ideals coming face to face. And it's within those two ideals that both victory and defeat lies.
Harry, Ron ed Hermione scoprono che uno degli Horcrux è nascosto nelle viscere della banca Gringotts, nella tomba di famiglia di Bellatrix Lestrange. Il nostro trio si assicura l'aiuto del folletto Unci Unci per fare irruzione nei sotterranei. Il folletto Unci Unci è interpretato da Warwick Davis, l'attore nano più famoso nel mondo del cinema. Warwick è apparso molte volte nella lunga saga di Harry Potter, interpretando vari ruoli, tra cui quello del professor Flitwick. Oltre a vantare una lunga e brillante carriera di circa 30 anni, Warwick gestisce anche un'agenzia specializzata in attori nani e ha dato un contributo fondamentale al casting di tutti i folletti che vedremo nella prossima scena. Questa è la banca Gringotts, ve la ricordate? L'abbiamo vista nel primo film, quando Hagrid accompagna Harry a prendere il suo denaro. Quando Harry ritorna alla banca, deve condurre i suoi amici nella difficile missione di ingannare 60 folletti che lavorano lì. Harry si nasconde sotto il mantello invisibile. Ron ed Hermione sono entrambi trasformati. Hermione ha preso le sembianze di Bellatrix.
I wish to enter my vault.
Fare il casting di tutti questi folletti non è stata cosa facile e l'esperienza di Warwick si è rivelata fondamentale.
Well, I was very lucky to be asked to help supply the 60-strong group of goblins that were required for Deathly Hallows. The reason being because I run an agency called Willow Management, and we represent actors under 5 feet. And Jamie Christopher came to us and he said, you know, I'm going to need people who can, you know, obviously put up with having, you know, prosthetic makeups on and can act as well. So we set up some auditions, and a lot of our actors came in and did a little improvisation with David Yates. He set them up a kind of in groups of 2, and they did some improvisational work together. And then he took them and he filmed that, and he just kind of decided who was who from that. And he actually divided them up into 3 groups. So you have your A group, which is sort of 20 or so featured goblins who he's going to feature quite prominently. You have your B group, who are slightly less featured, and then a C group who would you know, fill in areas of the background and probably wouldn't have such extensive makeups either. It was a really interesting and fun process, especially when we came to actually shooting it. It was one of, if not the biggest prosthetic makeup job that this country's seen for many years, if not ever. You know, because for each goblin, so there were 60 goblins, you then have to have 2 makeup artists, an assistant as well. So it's quite a huge operation that you have to have running, and Nick Dunman did the most tremendous job of actually overseeing all of that. And I was very proud to see all of my artists in there giving it everything and doing a tremendous job, sticking with it. I mean, they were up at sort of 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning to come in and sit in the makeup chair just to make sure everybody was ready to go on the set at 9 o'clock, you know, and nobody complained. And the level of camaraderie and kind of just general kind of people having a good time was really great to see. And I think after the 3 days, everyone was disappointed that it actually was all over.
1, 2, 3. And again. 1, 2, 3.
Guardate, hanno anche il loro denaro. Monete della banca Gringotts. E perfino un lingotto. Vorrei che questo fosse proprio vero. È il momento di seguire i nostri eroi in una visita molto speciale al sotterraneo della banca.
What is that grip hook? Grip hook!
Bentornati, la battaglia sta per cominciare. Ogni uomo, donna e bambino è contro Voldemort e i suoi mangiamorte. Il Signore Oscuro e i suoi fedeli sono dappertutto, in Diagon Alley e perfino qui, a Hogwarts. Ma forse i cattivi hanno sottovalutato il potere degli studenti, che grazie a un piccolo aiuto del fratello di Silente sono riusciti a intrufolarsi nel castello, ora sotto il controllo di Piton. Voldemort sa che i ragazzi sono all'interno del castello e lancia un ultimatum alla scuola. Datemi Harry o saranno guai.
Let's have a bit of fun, shall we? Hey, listen up, you lot. Brought you a surprise.
Not more rabbit before it's cooking, I hope. Be surprised if we can digest it. Flying.
Within Hogwarts, there's this kind of frustration because everyone's kind of not been able to do anything, and Harry, who's their hero, hasn't been around to kind of be a figure for them, and Neville's kind of stepped into that role, but it's not quite the same. And so when Harry returns to Hogwarts, like, everyone is just hyped. Everyone is just like, right, this is what we've been waiting for. This is it. You know, everyone has to kind of stand and be counted, and this is everyone's moment to make the right choice and do the right thing. And it's scary, but you can see that everyone knows that supporting Harry is the right thing to do.
Okay. That's good speed, yeah.
Ma come è stata affrontata la coreografia di quella che sarà la battaglia di tutti i tempi?
Kind of seen 7 years of almost tranquility at the castle. Nothing really seems to go too wrong at Hogwarts anyway. Whereas this year they're literally blowing the place up and destroying it. I was amazed when I saw what they were doing to our beloved Hogwarts and the Great Hall. They've literally tore it down, which is quite upsetting to see actually. Saying that, they've got some great special effects, so that's a joy to see, to watch that.
In a way, it was actually really exciting to start to blow things up and destroy things and knock them down, because it just was so different to anything we'd ever seen or done at Hogwarts before, that it's kind of exhilarating. I suppose it is a shame to see these basic works of art that Stuart's creations